the cloud. Okay, let me make sure. Oh, that's up. And let me get the volume up here so we can hear. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to start my sharing. And I'd like to welcome everybody, both live and on Zoom. I'm pretty excited. What am I doing? Oh, I'm sharing my entire screen. Oh, not that screen. This screen. Okay, and let me move you out of the way. Go here. Ellie, there. And okay, there we go. What just happened? Okay, I have a note about my speaker, and can everybody hear me okay? On Zoom? Just shake your head.
Yes, but
Yes.
there's a sign that says this
Yeah.
meeting is being recorded. It can't get rid of.
Well, that's rude.
Yes, we can hear you and your screen. We can see it.
Oh, good. Thank you so much. I don't know why that's there, Ellen. Can you click on? Oh, I think you have to confirm or you have to approve it.
Got it. Thank you, Gina.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I forgot that's semi-new now that anytime they're recording the meeting, you have to give permission. So, okay.
I'll let you this time, but next time, I don't know.
No, next time, Ellen, you're going to be here. I miss seeing you. Okay, we're going to get started. I'm super excited. We've got a lot of good things to cover. We've got an excellent guest with us today. But I want to start off because we have a couple people running for the CDAR Board of Directors and President-elect. JJ, I know you just popped on and I know you're on a very tight schedule, so I want to give you a minute or two to say hello to everyone. Can you unmute yourself and say hello?
There I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. Thank you so very much. Yes, hello. I'm JJ with the El Paseo office, and I will make it quick. I value your time. You might know that elections for board of director and officers are happening now. Voting is live until this coming Friday, June 18th at 4:30 p.m. I now serve as the membership committee, and it's my honor to run for a director position at the board. It's my mission to serve you, the members, with integrity and a multicultural vision for representing such unique marketplace. I truly appreciate your support. Please vote for me and or spread the word. Thank you so very much. You have a wonderful rest of your day and week, and keep yourself hydrated, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks, JJ. We wish you the very best of
Thank
luck.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And we have another candidate. Actually, she's live with us today, and it's Susan Marshall. And if you'd like to say hello to everybody, she's so welcome, Susan. That's the plan. Oh.
I want to start by thanking Gina for allowing me the time to come before you. And JJ is a great volunteer, and please vote for her, especially because she's from here. My name is Susan Marshall, and I am President-elect of the California Desert Association of Realtors. I am the candidate that came out of the nominating committee. They chose me to represent you. I do have opposition, and that was by petition. So both went through the nominating committee, and I chose to represent you. Of course, you have that choice. I'm a full-time realtor, just like you guys. I list and sell every day. I am a broker associate with Keller Williams. And I'm a member of the Madeline, Marshall, and Osher team. You probably know Andy Madeline and Heather Osher as well. I've lived out here in the desert going on 12 years, and I understand what it is to listen, sell, and be a realtor in the streets. I've been licensed for a very, very long time, too long to mention. I've held many various leadership positions at the local, state, and national level. And I'm not going to bore you with that list because it's lengthy. But I did have the pleasure of serving the president of the San Diego Association of Realtors a few years back. But my pursuit is because of you. I believe in the members. I believe the members have the energy, the enthusiasm to run the association so we can provide to the members what you deserve to run your business and be prosperous. And forgive me on the notes. I was used to Zooming where I could As your president-elect, I will work closely with next year's president, Stephanie Taylor, to make sure that you are provided the systems and information that you need to assist you. And we know last year and into this year, we've had our stresses and our challenges that we're now coming out of. And I just love how you were talking about the energy of being in the same room. And that's one of the things I miss most. Because when you're at the association or if you're at an office meeting, the energy that realtors give to each other, you can't get it on the Zoom. And I am so looking forward to having you all down in our wonderful new building that hardly got used. It's been locked up tight. It is gorgeous. You're going to love it. So much to offer down there. So I look ahead to being your president-elect. I ask for your vote. I do bring proven leadership and dedication to the association. And it's really important that you do take the time. Voting did start last Thursday, midday, and I know a lot of people vote right away. Other people put it aside to vote later. Please take the time to vote. But it's important that you vote. We have membership of just under 3,000. We sure like to see at least half of our members vote. It is important what the association does for you. It does allow you to do what you do every single day. So thank you for your time. Gina, once again, thank you for allowing me to come in.
My pleasure.
Jam-packed meeting. I'm going to race out the door and talk to some clients.
Awesome. Well, good luck to you. Of course, of course.
I'm Nikki Boston. I was out of this office, and I had the pleasure many years ago to meet Susan when I was very involved with the Women's Council of Realtors. And I have to tell you, she is on the spot with what is happening in real estate. She is very well versed and very knowledgeable about, gee, there's a new RPA. What do we do with that? So she is going to, I think, bring that strength to the board that is boots on the ground type of president. So I enjoy
Thank you
her.
so much. And Women's Council was my where it started.
Yeah, exactly.
They gave me the opportunity that allowed me to move forward on all the positions I've had. Anyone else have any questions?
Can we just go on the website?
Yeah, it was sent to you last,
I actually saw that.
okay, there's been lots of videos and all that stuff.
Okay.
If you want a lot of information. I hated doing that, but I was told it works. And the video that's out has had over 2,000 hits.
Wow.
I'm just flabbergasted by that. I don't the same person in the opposition, but it's had 2,000 hits nonetheless. So I look forward to all this being over, and I look forward to hopefully being able to dinner.
Excellent.
I'm out of
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you.
And good luck to all the candidates. I know how nerve-wracking it can be. And so our part is just get online and vote for our board. Okay. Let me let Ms. Kagan in. Okay, guys, let's get moving real quick. And I know I just want to give a shout out to our affiliates. I want to also let Eric Wolf, Axia Home Loans, say hello before we move into our guest speaker. Thank you, Gabriel. But Eric, you want to say hi to everyone?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. Eric Wolf, Axia Home Loans, live and in person. So after a hectic first quarter with the markets and rates, we saw them jump up. The last couple months, rates have settled down and stabilized. So rates are still very attractively low. Conforming conventional rates are around 3% with 0 points. Again, you can get lower rates if you want to buy down that rate by paying discount points. Government loans like FHA, VA, USDA, those rates are in the mid twos, 2.5-ish with no points. Again, you can get down to about 2.25 today is where those are going to bottom out, but you're going to pay some points to get down to that low number. Jumbo rates have kind of stalled at the low threes on those 30-year fixed loans. but you're starting to see more of the jumbo lenders releasing those loan programs to the entire marketplace, where the big banks kind of had a monopoly on those during the pandemic, and they shut down their correspondent divisions. So over the next couple of months, we should see a lot of the jumbo programs being released back to the marketplace, and that competition should help drive those rates back down to 3% or better too. So keep an eye out for that. And again, to remind everyone, the conforming loan limit in Riverside County in our valley is $548,250. And we've had 3 years of nice increases to that conforming loan limit. Just a few years ago, it was below 500,000. So we've seen some nice increases in that. So what that means though is any loan at 548,250 or less can go to Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac on a conventional conforming loan program. Anything at $548,251 goes on to a jumbo loan programs, and those jumbo guidelines are stricter. They have reserve requirements, higher credit scores, lower debt to income ratios. So keep that in mind. I know we've talked about this many times, but every week I get questions about it on the VA home loan program. January 2020, so January 2020, the Navy Blue Water Act was effective. And what that did was it erased that conforming loan limit. So say the Navy Blue Water Act was not in place today, the max 0% VA loan you could do, 0% down VA loan you could do would be $548,250 because that's the conforming limit. But that is not the case now. Since January of a year plus ago, you can go 0% down to $1.5 million. 0% down to $1.5 million. That's crazy. Yeah, and that's, literally I get a call at least, once a week on that, and people forget it. That's huge in our marketplace. Because that is such a great program. So many of the veterans are exempt from the VA funding fee. So that tends to be a great loan. So yeah, with what's happened to prices, please keep that in mind. That conforming loan limit has nothing to do with VA loans anymore in our market. 0% down to 1.5. They have to qualify for it, obviously. They have to have all their entitlement. But again, that's been a huge change in the last year and a half. Also, reverse mortgages in our market. We've had a lot of activity in that over the last year plus, and a lot of questions. I'm not going to get into the weeds right now, but we have a lot of great information. So if you're interested in learning more about reverse mortgages, or you have a client that is asking about it or is interested in it, please reach out. We have a lot of great resources and tools. I can sit down with you and coach you up on that. But yeah,
I think maybe we can have a lunch.
Let's do a workshop or lunch and learn. Absolutely. I think that'd be a great topic. We've been closing more and more reverse mortgages lately. The public, there's been so much misinformation out there over the last many years on that program. It's an FHA insured program. It's like an FHA loan basically, right? So it's backed by the federal government. They don't steal your home. That myth hopefully has been busted by now. You have to be 62 years or older, so the property has to be eligible for FHA insurance. So if we get into condos now, we have to be careful that it's FHA approved. But we have a lot of right sizing clients that are coming into our market, right? They've got, say, $400,000 cash. They sold the property somewhere. Would you rather buy them a $400,000 cash property or be able to do a reverse mortgage, get them into a $700,000 to $800,000 house, which now opens up a lot more possibilities, especially in this market, and they still have no payment on it. So they're putting the $400,000 down with the equity. They're getting a reverse mortgage for $300,000 to $400,000, and they have no payment, and they're in their dream house now. So that reverse mortgage, and you'll see HECM, right? HECM is an acronym, Home Equity Conversion Mortgage. That's what a reverse mortgage is. It's converting that equity you have, on a refinance side at least, into a mortgage. But that tool in this market really, with our 62 and older clients, can help you get them into a house that they're going to love. They're not going to have a payment. I'd love to do a lunch and learn or a workshop, and we can drill deeper into that.
Call me
So
for a day.
yeah, we'll set something up. Okay, but I've got a lot of resources I can set up. Thank you, guys. Good to see you all. Yeah.
Thanks,
Nice to
everybody.
meet you.
Any questions?
Well,
Thanks, Eric.
thanks for the updates that you've been sending out. They're really good.
Yeah.
And they mirror what's going on, in the newspaper. So
I appreciate that.
And I've never heard a position like that, so thanks.
Yeah.
You know, people getting into a much more expensive home, and I had a client bring that idea to me, just like a week ago, so.
And that's a very
let's do
typical
that.
scenario, right? Someone's got 400,000 equity,
Yeah.
you know, okay, they're gonna pay cash. What are you gonna find for 400,000, right? I mean, good luck. So get them into that $700,000-800,000 house. They're happy, you're happier, and they still have no payment. So,
Wow.
yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Can you add? a
Can you
little
speak
tag
up
to
so
that?
everybody on the Zoom can hear too?
Can you add a little tag to that, Prop 19?
Yeah, so so Prop 19 was the question. So I've got a package on that. I'll send that out to you guys too, to explain what that is and what they have to do to transfer the taxes. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank
You
you.
waiting for me?
Any other questions on Zoom for Eric? Okay, then hearing none, I am going to say thank you. And I want to give a quick shout out. We have a few new agents in our office. Welcome David DePula. He is been in real estate actually on the East Coast for many years. He moved out to California and he is in our office now. He's also a golf pro. Sonia Macy just joined the George Lopez team. So welcome to Sonia. And Alex Quinones is also new to us. And so we're excited to have them. And I know you'll make them all feel welcome. Melda, did you want to say anything before we move to Gabriel?
Yes.
Okay.
We have a title prelim report workshop tomorrow with Melissa.
Today.
Is
it today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I heard the 16th.
Good. I think I put it on the calendar for today, so we'll look.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, and then also floor time. I know
Oh,
we had
good.
mentioned that, so. if you
Thank you
want
for
to-
bringing that up, and if you will hold that thought, we'll talk about it after, afterwards, that would be good. So we're gonna talk about that. Okay, so without any further ado, I don't wanna keep him waiting. Our Vice President of Corporate Services, Gabriel Brown, is our guest speaker today, and he is managing the relocation department for our company. So Gabriel, would you like to unmute yourself and join us?
Yeah. Am I coming through okay? Can everybody hear me?
Thank you.
All right. You know, Gina, thanks for inviting me. It's always a joy to be able to speak at some of these sales meetings, and of course to see everybody at the office too. I know it's great, and that's soon to be hopefully moving forward for, I know, a lot of our California offices. So that's great to see. I do have a few slides, Gina. Is it possible I can share them as well?
Yes, let me see how I can do this. Give me 1 second. And
If not, that's okay. I can always just speak to
I
it.
really want you to, if I can figure out how to do it. Okay. Oh, here we go. Make co-host. Thanks, guys.
And then he can share his.
Okay, can you grab it now, Gabriel?
I should be able to, yeah.
Wonderful.
Is that coming up through okay?
Looks good.
Okay. Let's do full screen. So again, thank you, Gina, for allowing me. So yes, I am the Vice President of Corporate Services and Referrals. I sit here in Scottsdale. For those of you who don't know, again, I like to kind of utilize some of these meetings for some who are possibly new to the company or may not have worked with our department in the past. But you know, I do wanted to spend a couple of minutes, and as the previous presenters also have shared, I mean, I do value your time, so I'll try to go through this very quickly. So I do have two relocation specialists who work on my team. One that sits in Las Vegas, Terry Randall, who you may have already worked for, and then also worked with, and Tina, who I recently hired out of my office here. So both of those individuals do kind of handle more of the day-to-day referral placements and managing the referrals for our customers and clients. So those will likely be your kind of day-to-day contacts, whereas I will manage a lot of the overall relationships with some of our referral network sources, and obviously business development for creating more opportunities for our company. Just a little bit about our department. So some of our responsibilities obviously include managing the existing referral relationships that we do have. And by that, I mean providing them with timely updates and all the referrals that they provide to us, ensuring that we stay compliant with all the paperwork and policies with some of the referrals, and of course, execute any training, any applicable training that they require in terms of any of our agents who do take on some of those referrals, because some of the referral sources are quite unique in that some of the process in terms of selling a property or even helping a buyer is quite different. I maintain, our department of course maintains that relationship by ensuring that there's customer satisfaction. A lot of the clients or customers who do go through some of those programs are surveyed. So we want to make sure that they are happy with the service that we do provide, as well as ensuring that we're converting all of the leads, because some of the leads that we do are sent, you know, some of them are competing leads as well. So we want to make sure that we're converting those opportunities where possible. And of course, establishing new referral opportunities for us as the company. And a lot of people don't know too, but our department is responsible for all 3 markets within our company too. So all the referrals, all the corporate referrals that our company generates does come through our department. So it includes Arizona, of course, California, Nevada. What we do advertise that we provide to our referral sources, of course, is the experience. And that's, of course, you as real estate agents, the experience that you provide, you know, in terms of just, you know, all the recognitions and certifications too, and the number of years that a lot of us have been real estate agents. Coverage, of course, too, and that's one of the unique things that we provide as a company that I get to leverage, of course, is that, you know, we cover all 3 markets. We cover some of the most popular markets for people to move to. Local market knowledge, again, that is really you as real estate agents in terms of, again, how entrenched you are with the local market and a lot of the committees and things of that nature. Support, we provide a lot of support. My department and myself, we provide support to our referral sources, and then any kind of coaching and guidance that I extend to any agents who do participate in some of our referral sources. I segregate our referral opportunities into 3 different buckets, and this just kind of illustrates some of those referral sources that we do work with currently, and just only a few, and there's many more that I couldn't all fit in here. But for example, one of the buckets is affinity or internet relationships, so that includes Realtor.com, RBC, Home Story, which is really just a platform that works through a lot of banks such as Chase and RBC. For customers to be able to take advantage of a rebate program when they buy or sell a home. Rocket Homes is another referral source that I would include in that kind of affinity relationships. And those affinity relationships are part of us being a Berkshire Hathaway Home Services affiliate. So they do have, of course, as you all know, we are a part of that Home Services family. So a lot of those are generated from that kind of affinity partnership. Broker to broker, of course, being a part of the large company and affinity company that we have with Berkshire Hathaway, we get referrals from other Berkshire Hathaway real estate brands, including Real Living as well. And then corporate relocation, which is a big part of our department and our referrals that we receive. Home Services America, which is a Berkshire Hathaway affiliate, Ayers, BGRS, Grable, that type of thing. So we do get referral sources from all of these different types of areas. But one of the things I did want to talk to everybody about, which is something that I really want to impress on everyone, if they haven't had the opportunity to work with our department, is that we do help with placing outbound referrals. So if you have a client or a customer that's looking to sell or buy in another market, maybe you're helping them with listing a property here, but then they're going to be buying in another market, give us the opportunity to try to place that referral for you. Now, I understand that you may have agents you've worked for. Obviously, we're bringing in new agents from different markets as well, and you may have some previous relationships. But again, we have the unique opportunity to continue to invest into that Berkshire Hathaway brand. Obviously, there's a lot of respect and recognition that comes with that brand, and we want to keep and continue to add into that. So allow us that opportunity, if you could, to place that referral for you. Now, the advantage for you as an agent is that, you know, with placing it and having it go through our department will, one, help you find that right agent that meets the possible criteria that you're looking for in terms of an agent. In fact, I just spoke to another agent this morning about placing a referral for somebody an agent who can be really patient with their buyer. Their buyer has some needs, and a lot of times they like to change their criteria. So understanding that, again, having an agent that can be really patient with them, those are just some of the things that we will look for. And I will speak to my counterparts in that market as well as to some of those, again, things to keep in mind when looking at placing an agent. We'll help track your referral. So it's not as though that you're just placing it, leaving it with our department, and that's it. Of course, we will give you updates. We will expect updates from that receiving brokerage in terms of how the progress of that referral is going. You know, are they under contract? Are they still on searching? Are they kind of on hold? Are they maybe not looking for anything the next couple of months? Whatever the case may be, we will help give you those updates. So that way you can kind of stay better connected with your client, particularly if we're placing, let's say, a listing referral, right? So if they are under contract now, of course, you will get that update, and that will probably push things more forward with maybe them buying in your market. And then, of course, we'll help collect the referral fee. So that's something that, again, even though we can document it all, we'll sign the agreement, you know, to have sometimes that, you know, awkward conversation, allow us to do that. We'll chase the referral for you from that receiving brokerage, and we'll make sure that you get it timely. And of course, when you do run it through our department, it is exempt from any kind of fees from the company. So there's no franchise fee. That's going to be a referral fee that's going to be paid directly to you. So, and the other thing too is I've had a couple of these requests, which we're of course willing to accommodate, which is if you want to speak to a couple of different agents, maybe in that market, to see which one interviewed and see which one works best with your client, we can do that as well. We'll set that up. We get requests like that all the time in our department from when we're looking to place referrals. So again, we can ask for the same wherever we're placing that referral for. So again, I urge you, I know that it's not a requirement by any means, because again, you may have some other relationships that you have with agents, but give us a try and we will help place that referral for you. Where you can actually fill out that form to place that referrals, there's a couple of different ways you can pull that form so we can provide us with that information for your client. One is, of course, through the VAC. And you'll see there's an icon or a tile that helps, that indicates where you can place a referral. That'll take you directly into our system where you can actually enter all the information, and we'll be notified, or our team will be notified when you're ready to place that referral, as well as in the document or the resources in the document center in the VAC is another place where you can actually download that form and fill it out from there and actually submit it. And there's a email box at the bottom of the form where it shows you where to send it. I think there's also a version or a form SkySlope as well. But again, not all of us are spending as much time as the SkySlope, but it is there as well. The other thing I wanted to talk to everyone about is our Military Advantage program. So this program is available, of course, for any active, retired, or veteran service members within the military. This, as our affiliate partner Eric was mentioning too, of course, if you're working with anybody on a VA loan, this is something that is a generous program that, as an agent, you don't always have to be working with our department. You can actually place a referral and work with your military buyers or sellers, and as well as their immediate families too. The way that the program works is that it is a rebate that the client or buyer will get based on the purchase price. And I'll share with you a chart on the next slide as to what that amount will be. But it is, again, a generous rebate that they will get for using you as their agent and using this program and enrolling them in their program. There are brochures available on the VAC if you'd like to pull those up, and you can work with marketing to actually have them customized with your information. There is information about the program as well as the chart in terms of how much of a rebate they can get based on the purchase price on our website. So if you go to BHHS-CA Properties under buyers or sellers, you'll see a link or a drop down there that says Military Advantage. So you can look it up there too. So if you're in a listing appointment or working with a client, just meeting with them at lunch or whatever the case is, you can actually pull it up on your phone and show them real quickly that we do have that Military Advantage program. How that rebate works, well, it is a rebate that is basically taken off the top of your commission, and there is a small donation, which I'll explain to in the next slide, to the USO. So this is something that we've worked and partnered with the USO too. And again, for any of those who you may also be retired service members as well, that is obviously a well-recognized company and departments that everybody really respects and appreciates that donation into that program, into that company. So, and you are paid your normal split. This isn't something that, again, there's going to be any kind of designated split, commission split for using this program. It's going to be paid at your split, but again, how the rebate works is that it's really going to be taken off of your commission on the top. Here's just an example of the brochure that is available. And as I said, there is the chart for how the rebate and the incentive works. So again, for example, someone who is buying a property between $400,000 and $449,000, you're going to get a $2,500 rebate, as well as a donation made of $500 to the USO. But all of that's there. And again, that's kind of an example of the brochure that you can have customized with your information. A couple of the talking points you can use. So I don't know if anyone has used a similar program with the USAA. This is something that when you actually compare the two programs, the customer or client is actually going to get more of a generous rebate than the use of that program. So it's something that we kind of designed as a company, as a department, for, again, you as agents to be able to kind of advertise in a way to kind of give back to any of your veteran or active service members in the military. The only exception is that the obviously buyer's lender in that particular case must approve the credit at closing. So that's something that I don't believe Axia and Eric could probably speak to this as well, that they'll have any issues with, particularly, again, even with VA loans, and that there can't be another referral fee tied to it. So essentially, if there is another referral that you're getting from a broker, but they do qualify for this program, we can't do a double referral because, again, that's something that it's not going to be much left over. So those are the only two exceptions. But again, something that you can advertise, and if even somebody has some experience or is familiar with the USAA program, they've inquired about it, this is something that, again, we can advertise, and is something that is, when you compare the two programs, is quite generous. And they can work with us, whereas the USAA program is very stringent in that they can only use a specific set of realtors. And they're kind of limited. If they don't, then they can't actually qualify for the program. So it's a little bit more flexible in that regard, as well as, again, more generous on the rebate too, and actually more generous to you as the agent too on commission. So a lot of times with the agents who work with the USAA program, the commission splits are going to be adjusted as well. So things like that. So it is a much better program and something that we've put in place. But those are the two things. Again, I would, if you have any questions about submitting a referral, and the other thing too, I didn't mention, was that Berkshire Hathaway and the brand is global. I don't know if some of us have probably seen that or have heard of that, but we are global. So in fact, I spoke to an agent a couple of months ago about placing a referral for their client who's looking to buy in Italy. So we have, offices. Berkshire Hathaway has offices in Italy, London, of course, in Mexico and Canada. I believe we have one in Abu Dhabi as well. So we are very much have a global footprint, and we can utilize and leverage those Berkshire Hathaway offices. So we can help place that referral too if you ever have a client or customer need that's going outside of our borders. We can help with that too. But those are the two things I just want to impress, and appreciate Gina for giving me the time to extend that. I wish I could all be there with you as well. I am making my way around, and I know that especially for this month and this week is going to be a big week for us agents, in the market now that we can have things open up a little bit more. So certainly expect to see me. I'm sure I'll be there in the coming weeks and get to hopefully meet everyone in person. So, but thanks, Gina, for allowing time. If there's any questions, I'm here.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I think there's a couple in chat. Let me go look real quick. Where can we find the qualifications and entitlements to share with veterans to see if they qualify? Can you answer that question, Gabriel?
Well, in terms of qualifications, I mean, they just need to be an active, retired, or veteran service member, and within the military, any branch of the military. That's really the only qualifications. Any kind of proof of that, we're not going to be too strict on it, and that's something that you would actually enroll them directly. But that's it. And if that's what we're speaking to, otherwise qualifications as far as the VA loan and things like that, I would defer to Axia or Eric.
Okay, great, thank you. And then I've used referrals outbound twice. Love it. Great. Thanks, Deborah. Again, our broker split still taken off the commission before this gift to the client. I believe all fees are taken off the top, are they not, Gabriel? And then the splits apply afterwards, like any other transaction or any other referral fee?
That's correct. So there's not going to be a referral fee, and essentially that rebate is taken off of that commission. So that's kind of almost your way of, paying into that program and being able to offer that incentive for that client. Correct.
Awesome. Okay. And Eric, did you have anything to add on the veteran stuff?
Yeah, what wasn't clear in the question?
And qualifications and entitlements with veterans.
I'm sorry, I didn't get all of that, Gina. Would you mind repeating that?
Just running by, Eric was a little confused on the question. I'll tell you what, Mike, if you have, why don't you reach out to Eric directly and maybe you can specify what your question might be. Any other questions for Gabriel? What happened? Okay. I know, my computer just kind of went crazy. Okay, I'm not seeing any. I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you taking the time, Gabriel. I know you're really busy, so thank you for being there, and we'll reach out to you with additional questions.
Absolutely. Thanks for the time. Thanks, everyone.
Have a great day.
You as well.
Okay, let's go back here and we'll finish up. Congratulations. We've got 12 toward our 20 million listings for the month of June. So congratulations, Mark Wasserman's team, Farrell and Kagan, Ann Stark, Sean Anderson, Ellie Forget, Judy and Bob, Patty Illingworth, Gary Morlock, George Lopez team, and Gloria and Heidi Helbig. So congratulations to you all. Let's double this before the end of the month and we'll be rocking and rolling. June escrows, congratulations. Again, another busy month. Mark's Real Estate Group, Josie Thomas, Patty Illingworth, Farrell and Kagan, Victoria.
Gina, we can't see your screen.
Wait, oh, thank you. I forgot to share. All right, let me go back to sharing. Bear with me here. Thanks for telling me that. Okay. This is the first time I've ever done this, so you'll have to bear with me. Okay, I think this is it. All right, so, oh wait, I gotta do some current slide. Right? There we go. Okay. Vicky, Mark's Real Estate Group, Kathy Kimball, Jean Reniker, Judy and Bob, Michael Burnell, Wasserman team, Mark's Real Estate Group, Ann Stark, George Lopez team, and Jeff Mercer, Angie Torres, Kennedy team, Patty, and team Wasserman. So congratulations to all of you. Let's keep it up. The market is hot, and I think we need to just jump on that and take as many listings and sell them as we possibly can. Okay, moving in, and I'll try not to make this too long and get us out of here on time. We have reopened as of today, so yay, I'm so happy about that. In our handouts, we have the June 15 reopening, open houses and showing. Just want to review this with you guys. The California economy is opening today, and with limited exceptions, is returning to normal. Will there be any restrictions on open houses or showings? The only legal restriction will be for wearing masks. Otherwise, there will be no restrictions. No physical distancing will be required for guests and customers. No cleaning. Yay! I know. Although now we're such in a habit, we'll be walking around with our Clorox wipes anyway, right? No peds. Yay! Anybody else excited about that? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Or any other type of sign-in. No one will have to agree to an office prevention plan. No one will have to attest to their current health status. So That's that. What will the rule be for wearing masks? It's going to be to follow the current guidelines for face coverings. According to this guidance, unless everyone is fully vaccinated, people must still wear masks indoors. As a practical matter, this means that masks need not be worn during a showing if everyone is fully vaccinated. But during an open house, masks will be required because even if a single unvaccinated person enters an open house, then everyone must be masked. Okay. Who made this announcement? The CDC, the Department of, excuse me, I'm losing my voice already. Department of Public Health. No more color-coded tiers. It says, as of June 15, the system of color-coded county tiers will no longer be in effect. What about cities and counties? Can they continue to enforce a more stringent local rule? And the answer is if a locality does continue to enforce more restrictive rules, then it would be prudent to follow them. Okay. And then my seller wants to require that everyone entering the property wear a mask or be vaccinated. Can the seller require this? And the answer is yes. The seller can set their own rules as to who will be admitted into the property. They can require that everyone wear a mask. They can even demand that all people entering be vaccinated or show a negative COVID test. Just obtain the seller's instructions in writing. Your office may require the listing be formally amended. So their rules, their house, their rules. They can do whatever they want to. And then this is an interesting one. If you have a listing that hasn't sold yet, if the listing agreement coronavirus addendum, that's the RLA-CAA, you know, the addendum that goes with our listing, has already been signed, you may now want to do a modification of terms by writing the following into the other paragraph. And it quotes, the RLA-CAA dated, whatever date it's dated, is terminated. For those sellers who want to keep certain restrictions on showings, you may want to add optional language such as, with the exception of blank, or the following showing requirements shall be followed. The reason is you've signed a form and they have signed a form saying that you're going to go in and clean after every person, you're going to require certain things. And because that's no longer applicable, technically your listing needs to be amended saying that's no longer applicable, okay? Otherwise, contractually, you still are obligated to do that. So if you have a listing that hasn't sold yet, you may want to consider doing that as soon as possible. Yes, Greg?
We're reviewing all of our offers tonight at 5. Do I have to?
Probably not. If
Okay.
you don't go into escrow, I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just to for showings and best practices right now. So if you're showing and you're going into escrow today, I wouldn't worry about it. But if you haven't, then you may want to do it if it's doesn't have a lot of activity. Vicki?
I'm assuming that they're going to update the SkySlope checklist. Like, is the CRLA CCA going to come off?
Well, those checklists are special. So here's my answer is, yes, I imagine they will be. How soon, I'm not sure. But in the meantime, if it's still listed as required, in the comment box, I would simply say not applicable. And Elda or Melissa will go in and make the right corrections. Okay. Okay. Any questions on that? Any other questions I should say? Okay.
So wait, not to that, but just to the mask thing in general. So if I'm interpreting that correctly, unless everybody in this room is vaccinated, we are actually supposed to be wearing masks.
Well, we are waiting to hear our personal company's policy, because I mean, everybody has their own policy.
Right.
And so I'm waiting to hear it, get it formally in writing. I believe the position at this point is if you're vaccinated, you need not wear a mask. If you're not vaccinated, please protect yourself. And I think that is the current thought, but I certainly will let everybody know.
Okay.
And I'm sure Gordon, he usually sends out a blast email to everyone. And so we'll have that in front of us. Okay.
Gina, are all of our agents vaccinated?
Well, Ellen, I can't ask them that. That is the problem.
Okay.
So, there are privacy issues. And so I can only put out what our rules are going to be, and people have to take responsibility for themselves, I think.
So those that are there are all vaccinated. If not, they'd be wearing masks if they were being honest, correct?
Yes, one would think.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, moving right along to, oh my gosh, look at this stack of forms changes, you guys. It's crazy. And there's, I didn't even print all of them. And what I emailed to you was the majority, but not all. But I just wanted to give you those things that, you know, we use on a regular basis. We don't need to do too much of everything else. But what I want to point out is if you look at this forms release, the quick summary, you'll see what the form code is, what the name of the form is, whether it's new or when it was revised the last time. The description, it'll tell you what this form is being used for, and okay to use prior revision. If it's a new form, it's going to say new, and you know that's irrelevant because it's the first time it's being used. But if there's already a form that's being revised, you'll see on all of these, the answer is no, it's not okay to use an earlier version. So I can't stress this enough. Go to your forms and make sure you're using the current versions, because technically, if you're using an outdated version, somebody's going to say, hey, you're using the wrong form, do it again. And you're not, you know, you don't want to have to go back to your client saying, gee, I didn't know what I was doing, right? So be on top of it and be prepared. And so one of the ones I want to go through with you, I'm just going to go through the list real quick here. Of course, the first on these, we're not really paying too much attention to because we don't use them frequently. If you do have an occasion to use any of these forms that I'm not covering, let me know and I'll cover it with you. But on moving the agricultural addendum, and the reason I included the highlight of that, it's to be used when improved property is located on agricultural land, like a ranch or a farm. And paragraph 2M on this form was added to address hemp and cannabis cultivation. There is a lot of that right now, you guys, and we do have plenty of properties in rural that could be deemed agricultural. So I wanted to just point out, we have a few listings already. So if you have a listing that is on improved property located in agricultural land, then you want to make sure you're pulling out the agricultural addendum form. The second form that's been updated is the CBC, and we use that. Actually, we've been using that more and more because there's a lot of off-market properties. And so with an off-market property, remember, you get paid based on the commission stated in the MLS. If it's not in the MLS, before you show the property, you need to do a cooperating broker compensation form, the CBC. That's what promises you your commission. So this form has been updated, and it's funny for those of you on Zoom, I don't know if you have your forms open, but everything in red is what's new and or revised.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, imagine, right? So the whole form has been redone, and because we're using it frequently, I want you to make sure the new language was added to paragraph 8. They fixed the first so it's more understandable. But then they added language to paragraph 8 to require management approval from buyer's side broker if the compensation is being reduced. So sometimes, you know, if we're looking at a listing and we see it's offering 2%, we may contact that agent and say, hey, do you think, you know, will you give me 3% on this transaction? Or maybe it's maybe it's like a pocket listing that's not on the MLS. We can't, you know, we want to make sure that we're guaranteed our commission before we show the property. So we break that down. But what if it comes and I don't know, we negotiate with the other side and they say, okay, we'll do this, but you're reducing your commission from 3% to 2%, and you agree to that, you need to bring this form to me to sign it off, okay? So if you're giving more commission, or if it's being reduced, or if it's not on the MLS, this is the form that you're going to be using. Okay. Next revision was on the exempt seller disclosure. Not a lot of things there, just a couple code sections and a word or two that's being added. But just remember, if a seller is exempt from doing the TDS, they must do the ESD, the exempt seller disclosure. And so if it's in your form directories, make sure you're bringing up the most current forms. The lease listing agreement. The lease listing agreement has been updated again. And then, not a ton of changes, but they basically just cleaned up a few paragraphs concerning the lease and the total rent. If there's a death on the premises, they added a sentence for that, and any other material facts, because that's a big deal. Termination of agency relationships has been added, and that's about it. Then update your lease listing agreement. The next one I want, and I'm not sure how many of you are actually using this, and I wanted to give this reminder again. When you get professional photos, you need to do the property images agreement. It's the PIA, okay? Your professional photos are copyrighted. Copywritten? Copyrighted?
It belongs to somebody else.
Oh my goodness. And these are recorded and people listen to these. Oh well, I put out fair warning. There's no filters here. Anyway, yes, they're copywritten. Written, yeah, I did. Okay, I'm moving on here. There actually have been agents that I know that unfortunately did not have this agreement signed, used the professional photographs, and it is a hefty fine if those photographers come back saying, hey, you're using my photos illegally. You can't post them here, you can't post them there. And it's a problem. Some photographers will sign this, some will not. If they don't sign this, I would not recommend you use them, because we're talking, these agents were fined in the 6 figures, guys. These aren't little fines, because it's per occurrence and it's each photo. So if you've got 20, 30 photos on the MLS, and now you blast it out to the internet and it goes to multiple sites, you're getting fined for every single one of them. So, yes, Claire.
Well, when you hire a professional photographer to do photos for your listing, isn't that kind of a contract within itself?
Sure.
Well, one would think, but the answer is you're limited on where you can use the photos. The photos are the property of the photographer. So what you're doing by having them sign this agreement is they're giving you basically all rights to the photos, to you and to Berkshire Hathaway. Because remember, it's not just you, it's your company is also marketing these photos all over the place for you. So if you don't have a license to do this, they could also come back and say, no, I only said Greer can use it. I didn't say you can send it out to everywhere. So you really have to be careful on that. And the only thing they really updated on the PIA was about drone use. Okay, because drone is now very, very popular. And so they added a whole paragraph on drone use. So if you have any questions, come see me if you need help filling this out. But just remember, professional photography, get your PIA, and that will protect you, okay? Okay, the next one is the referral fee agreement. And this one, they just kind of cleaned it up a bit as well. But on the referral fee agreement, the trigger for a referring broker to earn a right to commission is specified to come into effect upon entering into a contract at the close of escrow. So many times an agent would do this, and the referring agent files it away and thinks, oh great, I'm going to get a referral fee when this is done. And the recipient agent is out with your client taking care of them. What happens when this expires before they close escrow? You don't have an agreement. So as long as you go into contract before the 12 months is what it defaults, then you're still entitled to the agreement. But pay attention on your referral fee agreements anyway. Look at the length of them and make sure, if it's been a period of time, make sure this agreement's still in effect. And if not, you may want to reach out and have a conversation with whoever you've got the referral agreement with. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Next one here. Let's see how we're doing on time. We're good. Okay. The residential listing agreement. Oh my gosh. So the residential listing agreement has had some updates. Paragraph 7 added language which recognizes there is no statewide policy on how to handle days on market. So the best approach is to talk to your client, let them know what days on market means, what it means, what that's all about. Paragraph 10C was added to contractually address buyer letters, because that's the big deal right now, right? Buyer letters. C1 discloses the FHBA form, that's the fair housing form, as a resource and the purpose of a buyer letter. C1 also mentions the potential for a buyer letter to be used in the wrong way, intentionally or not. Seller is advised the broker will not review the letter, so the broker does not have to make the legal judgment of whether the letter contains information that might violate fair housing laws. C2 is an instruction by the seller not to present buyer letters and to add such an instruction into the MLS. C2B allows the seller to accept such letters. So, I mean, these letters are such a big deal, and whether we mean to do it or not mean to do it, CAR feels that it could be, misinterpreted as a fair housing issue. If they see a family with a dog and they were playing in the yard, and some people might go, oh, isn't that sweet? Other people may say, well, you discriminated on me because I'm a single person, right? And so you just have to be really, really careful. So the listing agreement has been updated. We've all had our forms already, templates already done. Please remove the old template. Make sure the new template is in your form so you're not using the incorrect form. And then go through what I sent out to you already via email. Go through and read the red, because all the red is all the additions, and red and blue are the additions and all the changes to the contracts. And then if you have any questions, obviously you're going to come and see me. Okay, the next one that we're going to cover is the SBSA. Just a few updates. It's still 14. It's still 14 pages. They only made a couple changes to it. The format change includes a listing of the 7 broad categories in which all of the many paragraphs belong. Added as an alphabetical index of each and every paragraph. So, before we'd have to just go through and try to find out where all these paragraphs are. Now, this form has gotten so ridiculous, there's now an index to find the paragraphs. And then, of course, the seller purchase of replacement property is the last one we're going to talk about. And just a couple updates on that. The change to this form recognizes that a seller may satisfy the condition of the replacement property contingency if the seller identifies a new place to move to, which can be a new purchase or a rental or something else like moving in with a parent or child. So you'll see there's only just a couple updates on that, but that form has been updated as well. Any questions on any of those right now? The RPA will be updated. It's already in the process. That will be released in December. If you've not seen it, I encourage you to go to the CAR website and check it out. It is now going to go from 10 pages to, I think, 14 pages. So yeah, lots of good stuff. We'll continue to have our contract classes, and I think now is really a good time. In probably the next month, I'll be scheduling just a contract class where we're going to sit down and review it paragraph by paragraph on what they mean, so you're really comfortable with how to explain it to your clients. Because this thing is the beast, and I always say the person who knows that contract the best is in a better position of negotiation, because you know what you can and cannot do, and there's no question. So for those of you who have been with me for a while, you know what I say, put that RPA on your nightstand. If you have insomnia, pull it out. One of two things is going to happen, right? You're either going to get really good at the contracts, or you're going to go to sleep. Either way, it's a win. So, Vicki.
And you know what's really great about knowing that contract really well is when you represent a seller and you want to do a seller's counteroffer. I do TC work, so I see this frequently. Agents want to be wordsmiths. They want to author their own words. They want to do this. They want to do that. Right? And looking at me because he's an attorney, and I learned this trick from an attorney. When you write your counter, start it with referencing what that item is in the RPA. So let's say you want to change the purchase price, 1C, and then you use the language to put it back on the counter offer of the language that's used in the RPA. So I see this all the time. Purchase price will be whatever. It doesn't say that anywhere in the contract. It says purchase price shall be. They use shall be a lot. So just use the same language in your counters that are in the RPA. That way, if you write it, do it sequentially, like 1C, 7A2, termite, just mirror it back, and there's really clear understanding there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. That is, I couldn't have said it better myself. Many times I see like a paragraph on a counter saying price to be blah, 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 like an entire run-on sentence, and it's really hard to see what the heck are they countering. So yes, by all means, mention the paragraph number to which you are countering, and it clarifies it, and then you're not agonizing over how do I word it. Look at the contract. Look at the contract that's really going to hold your hand. So good input. Thank you.
And it's way easier to write it that way too.
Exactly. Okay, so that ends it with the fun stuff. And then I just want to remind everybody, if you're not already a member of our BHHS Indian Wells, it's a private group on Facebook. I can only invite you if we're friends, and some of you are not on Facebook. So even if you open an account just to get into our business pages, do so, and I'll include you, because this is a great place where you're able to share ideas, ask for recommendations. Leases are a big deal right now. It's hard to find leases. It's hard to get leases. So this is an excellent place where you can say, hey, I've got a client looking for, and if anybody knows of anybody, we can help each other out here. Promote your listings, whatever you want to do. This is our private office. Only agents within this Indian Wells office have access to it. So, and then yesterday, I shared, and some of you have already seen it, our vendors, home inspector list. If you have somebody that you like that's not on the list, let me know. We can add them to the list. If you have somebody else that you've used that you think do a really good job, whether it be a housekeeper or an electrician or whomever, this is a great place to share it. So just wanted to point that out and let you know that this is available to you. Absentee owners is a great niche to go after, especially in today's market. On Canva, there's some excellent postcards that you can use to send out. I think my watch is telling me to hush, right? No. Hush you. Okay, so what is your message to absentee owners? This is a great time to reach out to them. So if you're not already farming those absentee owners, let's sit down. We'll cover some ideas of what you can do to get listings in that market, because it's a great market for that right now. And of course, your branding. I am so excited. You guys have really raised the bar, and so many of you are getting your branding done and working out your marketing, and it's showing. This office, we're getting more listings than anywhere right now, and I honestly believe it's your farming and marketing that's doing it. It's you getting your farms into the VAC, it's your drip systems, it's your neighborhood reports, it's follow up with the postcards. Some of you are adding AdWords to that mix. So all your efforts are starting to pay off. Just stay the course. Don't slow up, because in a few months, you will be top of mind. And when they're ready to list their properties, it's going to be you they're going to be calling. So stay in front of them. Now's the time. And then don't forget today, Mark is amazing, and he is now limited these to like 15 minutes, in the essence of time. So everyone he does is so phenomenal, and you'll pick up some really great advice. And so if you can't watch it at 1:30, go back to his Facebook page later and check it out. You won't be sorry. You're definitely going to learn something from every segment. Go to the VAC training calendar. This week is AdWorks, Videolicious, CRM, Staying in Touch, drip campaigns, title workshop. I had it today, but we will confirm that. You may want to check with Imelda. But, or text Melissa because she'll be in the office later. Next week, kids, I've got jury duty. I feel like I just had it. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna get called or not. So I'll keep you posted. If I get called, obviously I can't be here for the office meeting. If I don't get called, I'll be here, but I'll let you know the closer I get. The following Tuesday, June 29th, there's not going to be a meeting because, oh my goodness, the VAC has been upgraded. Many of the requests that agents have made have gone to the developer and the developer has made them. And they've added some really cool features to help you track. And we're going to cover a few of those on the next meeting. That's just phenomenal. But I've got a manager training on the 29th in Palm Springs at 10 o'clock. So we won't have an office meeting that day. And then the following Tuesday is the day after the 4th of July holiday. So there's no meeting there. So if we have a meeting next Tuesday, I will let you know. Otherwise, our next meeting will be on June 13th. I'm sorry, July 13th. And I think we're going to have a party. Don't you think? Won't that be fun? Yeah. We're just gonna have some fun. Maybe we'll do a potluck or I don't know.
What were we talking about earlier?
Bloody Mary bar.
Bloody Mary bar. This is being recorded.
Virgin Bloody Mary.
Yeah, that's it. Please. Anyway, we're gonna have fun. So definitely mark your calendars for the 13th. You want to be in the office for this one. And we'll have a great time. I think we've all deserved it after enduring this past year. And so it's time to work or have some fun and hang out together. So that's what I have for you. Do we have any plugs or wants?
I have a question.
Yes.
The seller's purchase of replacement property, how does that relate to the COP?
Okay, so the COP has to do with buyers. So if a buyer is selling a home and it has to close escrow before they can buy their next home, the SPRP has to do with sellers. The sellers sell their home if they found another home to move to.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and that's a great question. And just remember, guys, we have the beautiful Apex program with Fred Ben. This is not the market for a COP right now, and number one. But number two, more importantly, many sellers are not selling their homes because they're not sure where to go, right? They're saying, well, I'll sell my house, but I have nowhere to move to. I had a meeting this last week with Fred Ben, and he reiterated some stuff, but he will, with this program, they will go in and buy your seller's house, right? Release 75% of that equity at that time so the sellers can go find another property. They can live there up to a year, guys, without rent, okay? And give them time to go find their next replacement property. So you can use that in your farming. Hey, now's the time to sell. Why wait until the market levels out? Now's the time to sell. Get top dollar for your home, and then take your time finding your replacement property. When they found their replacement property, then Apex goes in, beautifies the home that they're in, upgrades us, whatever, so you're selling it at top dollar, and you get the listing on that house. When the home sells, then they release the remaining 25% to the sellers. You get your commission, everybody's happy. It is a win-win-win-win situation. So don't forget, in this market, we have to be creative. We have to think of ways we can help people. And I can't think of a better way to help a seller if they really want to make a move, to pull in these tools that we have and promote them so that they're able to move, they get the move that they want at top dollar, and sell their house, and when they're ready, after they have found the other replacement property. So there's some options out there for all of us, and I just want you to make sure you feel comfortable with it. If you're not comfortable, you don't know, reach out to Apex and Fred Ben, and they'll walk you through the whole process. There's a great spreadsheet he uses. Any other questions? Plugs, wants?
Gina, I have one.
Hi, Tanya.
Sorry, my camera's not working. Coming live to you from Las Vegas, everybody. Good morning.
I know.
I have a really cute condo coming up, going live on Friday. PJ West, Jack Nicholas, on the 5th hole, fairway. 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,288 square feet. Mountain views, turnkey furnished, ready for those short-term rentals, all for $319,000. So let me know if you have any buyers. And then also, now that I'm currently living in Las Vegas and licensed here, if you guys have any sellers moving to Las Vegas, please reach out to me. I would love to give you a referral fee.
We need people to make a plan to vote, know the rules.
Awesome, Tanya. Thank you so very much. And congratulations on getting your license in Nevada. Bravo to you.
Yeah.
Okay, and thank you. Congratulations also on your listing. We look forward to seeing it.
Gina, Christine, I have a request. I'm getting a listing today that's tenant occupied, and the tenants, it's in Sun City Shadow Hills. The tenants want to move out and need to find a property for them up there to rent long-term, and they can pay up to $2,200.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, good luck.
Okay. All right. All right. I already did that, and they turned one down, and now they're going, oh, is it still there? No.
Oh, no.
I know. I
Oh,
know.
well, you know what? That might be a good one if for absentee owners to send them a letter saying, I have a tenant. Do you want to lease? And I'm sorry.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Or yeah, I know exactly. Right. You're welcome, Christine. We'll keep our ear out though, and keep checking on your the Facebook business or group page.
Yeah, I have to figure out how you invite me.
I think I already did, but when the meeting's over, I'll go look and send you out another one if need be.
Okay, was it the link that you sent me the other day? I clicked onto that.
I'm not sure. I'll check on it right after the meeting.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Christine.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, any other plugs or wants? Floor time. Thank you. So, you know, it doesn't happen a lot, but it happens weekly, I think, pretty much so. We get a walk-in. And so how Melda and I have talked about how best to handle the walk-ins. Because there's agents coming in and out, and we want to be fair about this. So she's going to put together a calendar with time slots. And if you want to be available for floor time, if somebody walks in, just be in the office, be dressed for work, because don't be in your jeans and t-shirt and expect to meet clients. But be here during that time slot. So you can only sign up, and we sign up for a couple, but I wouldn't sign up for everyone because that's really not fair to anyone else. So just sign up for a couple or whatever as you wish. If you don't want to sign up for anything, you don't have to sign up for anything. But that way, if you're on the calendar for this particular time slot and somebody walks in, you're ready for the appointment, you're planning on that appointment, and you're ready to go. So is that pretty much what we talked about? Okay. If you have any questions, just reach out to Imelda or myself, and we will help you with that. So just another opportunity to build business, make money. I like it. Okay, anything else? Hearing none, I thank you so very much. Let's make it an awesome day and a profitable week, and I'm here to help you any way I can. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rolanda.
Thanks, Gina.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you, Gina.
Thank you, Esther. Good to see you guys. Take care.